Good afternoon to one and all. Yesterday we will see the syllabus of RVSP. Now let's see some probability fundamentals. Before start the probability, let's see some important concepts, that will be the sample space and the events. Sample space and events. You already know about the random variable definition, right? Where the outcome is not predictable with a certain experiment is said to be the random experiment. That means we can't predict the output in the future. So let's suppose take the set of all outcomes, that all outcomes of an experiment is said to be the sample space. Sample space definition: whatever the experiment we are doing, we have to take all of the outcomes of that experiment is said to be the sample space. The set of all possible outcomes is known as sample space. Sample space. It is denoted by S or omega. In some textbooks you will see the S, in some textbooks you will see the omega. Let's see some examples about the sample space. Examples: if you take an outcome of an experiment, that means sex of a newborn child, whether it may be girl or boy, you can't predict in advance. That means if you take the sample space yes, there will be then chance of two upcoming outputs, that will be an whether it may be girl or boy. And next, you already know, if you toss a coin means the possible outcomes will be the head or tail, right? This will be also represented as S or omega. And next, if you toss the two coins simultaneously, what will be the chance of outcomes? The chance of outcomes will be the S will be the whether it may be both will be the head, and next both will be the tail, and next head tail, and at last tail head. This will be the four possible cases. In the similar way, if you roll a dice means the possibility of outcome will be the 6. Here this will be the 2 coins. This will be the single coin. Here the sample space, here you will take the dice, single dice. If you roll the single dice, what will be the possible outcomes? That will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be the possible outcomes. Next, if you roll the double dice, that means 2 dice, what will be the chance of outcome? You will get the 36 combination, right? 2 dice means you will get the 1, 1, 1, 2, up to so on. You will get the 1, 6, and the next 2, 1, 2, 2, up to so on. You will get the chance of 2, 6, up to so on. Last case, that will be the 6, 1, 6, 2, up to so on. You will get the 6, 6. Here S will be the outcome. Here S will be the outcome of an experiment. Now let's see what is meant by event. Next side heading, that will be the event. What is meant by event? This event will be the subset of sample space is said to be the event. A subset of sample space is called event. That means E will be the subset of S. And here, if you take roll a dice, that will be the S is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The possible events are E1 will be the 1, 2, 3, and next E2 will be the some 3, 4, and next E3 will be the 1, 4, 6, and you will take any random way. For example, E4 is equal to 1, 3, 5, etc. So it will be go on. Right? That means if the outcome of an experiment is contained E, then we can say that E has occurred. Always E will be the subset of S. Right? If you take this will be the dice. Yes. S will be the outcome. This will be the dice. If you take an event for that, you can see these 1 to 6 variables will be changed or like that 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 4, 6 like that. That will be an event. For example, if in the first example we will see the child example, whether it may be the girl or boy. Same we can see in the event. For example, E1, if you taken as girl, then E1 is the event that the child is girl. Similarly, what will happen to E2? E2 will be the boy. Same. Then E2 is the event that the child is boy. And these are said to be the simple events. Simple events. That means you can easily predict the output, whether it may be the girl or boy. And in the before case, we will just roll up the dice and we can see the up to 1 to 6. You will get the multiple number of events that will be said to be the compound events. This will be the compound events. And next, in that way we can take the many more events. So for example, if you take the two events, that will be the E and F of a sample space S. Here you can see the new event will be occur, that will be the E union F. If you take for any two events E and F for a sample space yes, we already know this will be the E union F. You already know about the union. Union means that will be either in A, either E or in F, or both E and F. Means either E or F, and next both. This will be the one chance of occurrence. Next, both E and F. E and F. For example, if you take the same dice example, what will happen to the union? That will be the, if you take a dice E is equal to 1, 2 and F is equal to 3, 4. What will happen to the E union F? That will be the E union F will be the 1, 2, 3, 4. That means it may happen either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, and hence E union F is called the union of event. This will be the union of event of E and F. You already know. What about the intersection? E intersection F means E intersection F means it will be then common to both E and F. That means E and F are common to outcomes that are common. Here outcomes that are common. You already know the Venn diagrams for these events. Now let's see the Venn diagram for the union as well as the intersection and as well as the complement and as well as the subset. Then you will understand this, whatever things I will tell in the picturization, you will get the idea very well. Let's see. If you take, this will be an total will be an sample space. That means here we will try to get our outcomes. This will be an E, this will be an F, this will be an E, and this will be an F. What will happen to the E union F means shaded regions. This full shaded region will be the E union F. For example, if you take the same another Venn diagram, this will be in a sample space. Yes. If you take the two circles, this will be for the E and this will be for the F. If you take the intersection means you have to search for the common part. Here the common part for the E and F, that will be this middle part. This middle part will be the common for the both E and F, right? And next, if you take the complement means same, this will be the sample space, yes, and here this will be the event E. E complement means this will be the E. Complement means it can't take in that region. It will be taken in another region. That means it can't take the circle. Above the circle it will be take all of the parts. Complement means this part like this. It will take all of this region but not take this region, and this will become the E power complement, right? And next you can see the E subset F. Here this will be the sample space F. Here if you take E will be the subset of F. If you take the F will be this, and subset means E, this subset will be in between the circle or inside the circle. This will become the E. Hence this will become the E subset of F. Right? In this events also we will have the different type of events. Let's see. If you want the examples means this will be said to be an complementary event. Complementary event. The perfect example for the complementary event means if you throw a dice. Example, if you throw a dice. That means if I want the even ones and the odd ones, if you take the total event what will happen? Is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I want the only even ones means that will become the 2, 4, 6 will be the even, right? Even will become the even ones. Even ones, what will be the even ones? That will be the 2, 4, 6. This will be our answer. But what they ask, they will be asked the complement. Complement means whatever the remaining values will be there, you have to take in that will be as an complement. That means E complement means that will be the odd ones. What will be the odd ones? That will be the 1, 3, 5. This will be the odd ones. Hence this will be said to be the complementary event. Okay. And if you see some equally likely events means next type of event, that will be the equally likely events. Equally likely events means similarly if we have two events E and F are equally likely, that means P of E is equal to P of F. Whatever the values will be there in the E, that will be also present in the F. For example, E will be have 1, 2, 3 and F will be have 4, 5, 6. What will happen to the equally likely events? That means P of E is equal to P of F. Here you can see, here equally likely means how many variables will be there? 3. 3 by total number of variables. Total how many variables? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means 6 variables. 3 by 6. That will become the 1 by 2. That is equal to 1 by 2. Hence P of E is equal to P of F. That is equal to 1 by 2. And the next you can see the mutually exclusive events. Mutually exclusive events means intersection part will become the null. That means E intersection F is equal to 5. Mutually exclusive events. Mutually exclusive events. Mutually exclusive events means E intersection F is equal to 5. That means this 5 means null events. That means there will be no variables will be there inside. That will be just like an empty. In other words, we can say this will be as P of E intersection F, that will become the 0. That means if the E occurs, F not occurs. If the F not E not occurs, F will occurs. Simply. That will be the case for the mutual exclusive events. One more time I will be repeated. Clearly observe. E intersection F is equal to 5. That means this will be the null events. So if you want to write in terms of probability, what will it become? P of E intersection F is equal to 0. That means if the E will happen, F will not happen. If E will not happen, F will happen. That will be said to be the mutually exclusive events. And next we will see the collective exclusive events. Collectively X has two events. Collectively X has two events means E union F is equal to S. That means together E and F include all possible outcomes. Together E and F all possible outcomes. All possible outcomes. That means in terms of probability, if you want to write, that will become the P of E union F, that is equal to P of S, that will become the 1. That will be the collectively exhaustive events. And the last event, that will be the independent events. Independent events. What is meant by independent events? That means if you take the two events E and F are independent. Two events E and F are independent. That means P of E intersection F that is equal to, you already know the formula for the intersection, that will be the P of E into P of F. P of E into P of F. This will be the independent events. Suppose if you take the P of E or F, that will become the P of E and P of F by E. That will become the P of F. Hence E and F are independent events. That means a conditional probability become the same as a marginal probability. That means E is not affected by the F, whether F will be happened or not. And in another case, E is independent of S, and then F is also independent of E. In that way, this sample space and the events will be happen. In the next class, we will see the De Morgan's law, and we will see the approaches of probability. There will be two approaches of probability. One will be the classical approach, as well as next will be the statistical approach. First we will see the classical approach and solve some of the problems for that, and next we will move on to the axioms of probability. After the axioms of probability, some small derivations will be there. After that we will just move on to the statistics, or if the time will be permitted, we will be move on to the random variables. Okay. Please put your notes of 200 pages. It might be helpful to you. Now I will be tell you the each and every point, and as well as try to cover the as many problems as well, and finally try to solve the JN2K questions, previous year asked JN2K questions in the video lecture session only. So please write the notes and put some 200 pages notes. That will be efficient to crack the examination. Okay, in the next concept we'll see the De Morgan's law and some problems. Thank you.